Welcome back. We're continuing our series on the Big Five, this time looking at extraversion, the third element of five-factor analysis, depending on whether you use the acronym OCEAN or CANOE. It really doesn't matter. If you remember from the introduction, a basic summary of extraversion is being energized by people, and the more the better. So extraversion is not better than introversion, but it's about where we get our energy, and that is most easily seen in extraversion. The introvert will go in a corner of a room or in their own office or in the bedroom by themselves to be alone, and you don't necessarily see, because they're by themselves or with one or two people, you don't necessarily see how they want to get the energy, but you can certainly see it in extraversion, which is why that particular word is chosen and not both terms of extraversion and introversion. And again, we might seem to think that there are some overlaps between extraversion and agreeableness and openness. So here's a summary statement of each of the big five, just to show some of the subtle but very important differentiations. Openness, again, concerns our inner receptivity. Conscientiousness concerns our external actions. Extraversion concerns our internal energy in our social contexts. Agreeableness concerns our external relationships, and neuroticism concerns our inner and our external self-control. And again, each domain links a person to their environment and addresses motivation. So it's about how we fit into our environment and where our motivation is coming from to be open or to be extroverted or to be conscientious. Why do we want that? So hopefully this is beginning to make some sense to you. The polar disposition of extraversion is being introverted or private. Again, extraversion is not good and introversion bad, but it's about where we prefer to be to gain more energy. Some people need to retreat, play a little guitar, listen to music, talk to one person or two, read a book. Other people want to go in a room where there's 20 people and have 40 conversations, or in between. So it's about energy, our internal desire to receive more energy. Very different than agreeableness and openness, which is external and focused on different things. Extraversion will manifest in a spectrum of social seeking, broadly and deeply. For example, warmth and other positive emotions, adventure, assertive interactions, etc., etc. We'll see next time that agreeableness is social serving. Extraversion is social seeking, wanting energy for ourselves. Different focus, although they might sound similar. And there are positives and challenges to people who scale themselves or who others scale them as high in extraversion. For example, high extroverts are more successful in managing subordinates who also want interpersonal motivation. They're more likely to know the members of the team because they spend time around them, including their successes and their needs, that is, the members of the team. They are often perceived by guests and fellow extroverts as welcoming and encouraging. Now, I chose my words very carefully there because somebody who is very introverted doesn't necessarily see an extrovert as welcoming or encouraging because they have a different preference. Doesn't mean it's a true perception or a false perception, but it can be a different perception unless we understand it's just about a desire and a preference of how we gain energy for ourselves. So, some of the challenges of scoring high in extraversion are as follows. High social interaction with a team may hinder other members individually. A person who scores high in extraversion may have difficulty working alone or with one or two people for long periods of time. And if they are low in agreeableness or openness, they may be seen as socially needy. Again, that often comes from the perspective of somebody who is more introverted. So, the recommendation stays the same. Measure the need for your extraversion by your fit to your immediate environment. To be extroverted is not good and introverted bad. Again, it's about fit of a person and their role in an environment, whether that's family or work or hobbies or anything else. What is most helpful to that situation and what is most honorable? Hope that makes sense. Hope that's helpful to you, and hope to see you next time when we look at the fourth domain of the Big Five, which is agreeableness. Hope to see you then.